Honestly, one of the hardest financial skills to master is simply getting the goalpost to stop moving. But I think what's good about this is that it's something that anybody can master. It doesn't matter how much money you have, because some of the wealthiest people throughout history have struggled with this, and it's caused them to lose everything that they have because they weren't satisfied with what they did have. They might have had enough money to satisfy their needs, their family's needs for the rest of their lives, but greed caused them to get themselves involved in taking on excessive risk in criminal behaviour. There's countless instances of people involving themselves in insider dealing because they weren't satisfied with what they had, and ultimately they went to prison. They lost everything. And even in our own lives, we're often very quick to move our own goalpost. Quite often when people get a pay rise, they'll get a new car, they will start going out for a couple of extra meals a week, better holidays, they'll start buying more expensive designer clothes, and very quickly your goalpost has been raised, and then you're then looking for the next thing, because if you're constantly using material things to try and feel satisfied, I think you're always going to feel empty. And I do think that as humans, the things that do truly fulfill us are having the right people around us, having time, and having good health, doing things that are actually meaningful. But if we're constantly chasing material things, which, to be honest, I do understand it's very difficult in this modern world because we have social media, we have TV, and we're constantly seeing people with much, much more than us. And it's just natural for us to want that quite often as humans. It's a weakness that we have, but I think it's important to be aware of that weakness. And I think if you can master that, which isn't just a switch that you can flip, I don't think it's not like you can just get off the treadmill, but by building in the right habits with your money, by making the right decisions. For example, when you get a pay rise, saving at least 50% of that, for example, is probably quite a good rule of thumb, instead of just spending it all on increased lifestyle spending, and building this in over time. Stop comparing yourselves to others. I think you're going to make it much easier for yourselves to not fall victim to this natural human trait which has caused so many people to lose everything. But yeah, I think the message here is just figuring out what do you need, what's going to satisfy you, and working towards that and focusing on your own life, your own needs, because there's always going to be somebody with more, there's always going to be a bigger house, a better car, there's always going to be more money that you can earn.